I think the problem is this. I think that women think that men have no emotions. And so when the relationship breaks up, they think that that man doesn't carry the weight of that relationship the same as them. They actually feel that men have no emotions at all, and that women suffer in relationship breakups, and men somehow just go along and walk off into the moon or the sunlight there. And I think it's wrong. I think more women should start thinking about how a man feels when a relationship ends.
Sure, I think, you know what it could be? I think sometimes maybe they watch too much TV.
Maybe they
watch the TV. It's always where the woman breaks down, the man's still macho.
Always that image. Always the image.
It's false.
It's false. Because when men come out of a relationship, men have just the same amount of emotional issues as the women. Maybe they don't show it, but they feel just as bad. Because believe it or not, women, there are some men out there that love you.
Yeah.
And they hate it when that relationship breaks up. They just hate it when that relationship breaks up. And so it means that they carry this emotional baggage that women always point at them and go, oh, you don't feel it as bad as me. I'm the victim. No, women. Men are sometimes the victims of relationship breakups.
It's true, we have feelings too. Because we always have to be the man, the macho man. So we try to hide our feelings, but still be strong. But inside, we're breaking down.
Yeah, there's countless friends of mine have gone through relationship breakups, and they've always tried to, like you said, maintain that kind of macho outlook on the relationship, but deep inside they're suffering. One or two of them have been diagnosed with depression simply because they haven't had anybody to talk to, because everybody is looking at that woman and saying, poor you, poor you. But what about the state of the man's mind? What about when he leaves that relationship? What about in relationships where there are children involved?
Yeah,
that's what gets me.
If I didn't get to see my children grow up, I'd be in the right state. Same way.
Yeah, and there's a lot of men out there that want to see their children, and the woman don't want them to see the children because the woman can't accept that they're not in a relationship, so they try and ruin it for the relationship with the child. And I think that's crippling. And for a man emotionally who wants to be engaged with his son or daughter, that's the worst thing you could do to them. It's to stop them from seeing the child. The child is not the fault of the relationship. The relationship broke up, not the relationship between you and your child.
Yeah, don't blame the relationship on the children. They need both parents.
They need both parents, or not necessarily together, but they need the support of both parents. And men have emotions too. Women need to stop pinning that label on men that says that a man can handle the breakup of a relationship. It's about time we need to stop that. We need to stop that. We're doing it too much now.
Yeah. I know people who said I've seen people walking on the street. Just left everything.
just drunk.
Them,
Just predominantly men.
I said, what's wrong? Oh, I was with this woman and drunk.
Yeah. So it did affect them more than it affected the woman.
They got depressed.
They got depressed.
They paid a mortgage or rent.
End up living on the street and all sorts of stuff like that. And that is simply because perhaps they were doing the macho thing in that breakup, where they should have maybe turned around and said, listen, I'm feeling really emotional about this. Can I speak to you about the way I feel? Don't just walk off or kick him out and say, listen, you're strong enough to deal with this relationship. Maybe he's not. Maybe he needs support.
Yeah. End of the day, both human. All human.
We're all human.
Sit down, talk about things.
Yeah.
Make a big difference.
Make a big difference.
Things might even work themselves back out.
Yeah.
Never know.
Sometimes it's just a communication problem. That's all. It's just a communication problem. Maybe you shared the same values in the beginning of the relationship and you've grown apart or whatever. Then talk about it. Talk about growing apart.
Yeah.
And also talk about your children. Talk about the ones that are left behind wondering whether they're going to see dad or they're not going to see dad. Am I going to see dad? Am I not going to see dad? Am I going to see dad? Am I not going to see dad?
Yeah.
Do I need another drink? Yeah. I won't have another drink.
I might pass you on the street.
But this is, it's interesting that we can have this rant here because it's a very important subject. But women, if you do one thing, just consider what the man is going through in a breakup, in a relationship. Just consider that for a minute, what he might be going through.